Is it working? Is it not working? We'll never know. Okay. Let me just... Live stream is offline. Are we online? Are we lagging? Let's see. You can't hear me for squat. Let me just crank this up. Oh, it's because I've got it quiet. Okay, can I turn my mic up is the question. That's the real, oh. Coffee guy in the background. I'm not alone, by the way. Okay, is that better? Like, I don't know. I'm trying a different mic. Okay, I'm just waiting to see if this is working. Sorry for this. It's like... Okay, good. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully it's not too, like, loud. And hopefully I've taken care of the beeping, because there was like a zzz, zzz last time, and it was really annoying. And I just was like, no, please stop. Stop all the things. Okay, cool. Galaxy Fox Gamer 99. How's it going? No, not you, Alpha. You're fine. Down. Down. Good boy. Excuse me. It's working. Good. I'm glad it's working. So, this is all like super... I found an app to make my cameras work. Let's see how that works out for me. Is your fan going to be on the whole time? Well, it's a good thing I'm putting headphones in. My poor Mac is like, Courtney, I did not sign up for this. Okay, sweet. I'm just gonna let the masses, the masses, know what I'm all kinds of up to. Pick a filter. Pick a filter that makes me look like I actually slept well last night. Oh, there's the guy in the background. I better not do it that way. Oops. I'm good. How about over here? Hey, fishes! I'm hanging out on my YouTube channel. We're gonna do a little art stream today. And, yeah, I'm just feeling like we should all be hanging out and chilling together. So, there'll be a link in my bio if you'd like to stop by and say hi. I'd love to see ya. Oop, that's ugly. Ooh. There we go, doing a little art stream. Cool. Look at that. Oh, I didn't put music on for myself. My hair is doing something amazing right now. There we go. There we go. You're the only one that's watching. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. How are you where you're at? Are you on lockdown right now like the rest of us? Also, you will hear Eric from time to time. Not to worry, it's not a ghost. He has to work from home right now. I'd like to find some music to listen to. It would be good if there was something that wasn't like... You know what I'm saying? Alright, so... Whoop. Alright. Is that angle gonna screw you guys up? No, it's fine. sorry. I'll try and remember to sit back, guys. Sorry about that. Aw, thanks, guys. Aw, thank you. Glad to hear you guys enjoy my content. What makes me happy? Years of practice. Learning every day something new. You want amazing? You should see this guy, the guy behind me here. My man. Because yes, we're both artists. Thank you. Uh-oh. Forgot to schedule a post. Oh, maybe I'll do it later. That one's scheduled, so that'll go up no matter what. But it's 2 o'clock. Okay, that'll give me some time. That'll give me some time. What got me into being a mermaid? Oh, so many things. I actually have a whole video that I'm hoping to put up next Monday that's going to talk about that. But mermaiding was a thing that I started doing a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. My mom used to take me to the pool, and we would pretend to be like whales and dolphins. And I've always just liked swimming. I like the weightlessness of swimming. There's just something really nice about feeling like you're flying, even though you're not actually flying, but... And I was always fascinated with mermaid tales in film. And as an artist, I've always found it very interesting. I gotta think of how I want to do the shading on this one. Because I want to do, like, cell shading simple. So... gotta think. Okay. Okay, so... what am I gonna do? But this is gonna look really bad for a second, but just trust me, there's logic here, I swear. I don't make tales for free, and if you're gonna keep asking, you're gonna get kicked out of the chat. Sorry. The work I take takes a long time to do, and I don't do them for free. Alfie. Little upchuck dog. Alfie, what you doing? You puking up your breakfast, pal? George. Oh, I thought you were Alfie.
Oh, really?
I thought that was Alfie making that noise. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Let's felt free. They go swimming. Yes. That's the way to do it. Okay, this is where I always have like a thing, because I want the hair to look like it's coming back like this. Yeah. Oh, are you watching me? Oh my god. You're gonna make the stream lag. I love you, babe. Mwah. Oh my god, really? There we go. Hello, hello, fishy. I'm good. How are you? We're just chilling, just doing the thing today. I feel like there's so many people that are stuck at home right now, so I thought, why don't we have like a little fake Tail Talk Tuesday live streamy kind of situation? Because honestly, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Feeling cooped up, yeah. Somebody posted something on Facebook and they were like, you never realize how isolated you actually are until there's a like a massive lockdown, but your lifestyle doesn't change. And I'm one of those people. Like, this is nothing new for me. I'm home pretty much alone all day, every day. Just making mermaid tales and mermaid content and all that stuff. And meanwhile, Eric's like, I have to work from home. Like, what? Poor dude. So yeah, for me, this is all kind of part of my routine anyway, but it does kind of suck seeing how many people are totally screwed over by this, and my little business is already feeling it a little bit, but what are you gonna do? Whole family is sick except me. Oh my god, and I have work to go to today, and I have to stay healthy for that. Ooh. Oof, do you live with your family though? Because if you do, you should stay home. Because you could be bringing that with you to work and then making everybody sick. That's rough. But yeah, I figure I'll do this for however long however long this one takes today, and then I've got one more to do. And there's one I can't do on camera because it's a surprise. So for that one, I'll probably do that one like in between these. But yeah, I'm in the childcare industry. Oh my god. Already understaffed. It's really tough. That is brutal. It really kind of puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Oops. No, I need something with some oomph. Need some oomph here, please. And yes, I touch my face, but I'm home. I haven't left the house in days, and I wash my hands a crap ton, so. Your mermaid is adorable, Courtney. Oh, thank you. This is actually a client commission. I'm closed at the moment. I actually filled up. My video went live yesterday, and then people were like, "Oh, but you said you were doing these." I'm like, "I am. I just need to catch up first." So if you guys are interested in having me draw you as a mermaid, or your Mersona, or your original mermaid character, the information is all up on shopvancouvermermaid.com. But just temporarily, I have actually filled up. So I didn't expect to. I wasn't prepared. But there you go. I'm super grateful. Don't get me wrong. Super, super grateful. So yeah, this is the second one I've done for this client. And I super, super love drawing her as a mermaid. She liked the first one, so she's like, "Yep, we're doing another one." I'm like, "Yes, thank you." Oh, I missed the front part of her hair. Why? Hey, Courtney, how are you doing? I'm doing. I'm doing good. How are you? I don't live stream on this channel very often, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the thing, you know? I just felt kind of like we all needed a little distraction, myself included, from all the poopy crap going on all over the world right now. So you're feeling like you need a distraction. I'm going to be doing this for the next little while. So be sure to tune in. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and then we'll see you here next time. I'm not done yet, obviously, for today. I'm just saying. Just the obligatory promo, you know? You gotta do it. You're going to bring back Tail Talk Tuesday. Well, this is kind of like a Tail Talk Tuesday. Ooh, updating the smart objects. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't see the last one because it started... Ooh, yep. What is your favorite commission to do? Fabric, tails, tail art, or mersonas? Ooh, excuse me. I don't know. That's a tough one. I actually really love doing these, oddly enough. I really love doing like character art. That's what I used to do professionally. I was a character artist, a character designer in animation, and so I have a pretty like good passion spot for this. The only thing was like when I had quit my job, I'd kind of reached a pretty hefty point of burnout, so I didn't actually do a whole lot for a long time. Like I've been out of that industry for like well, not out completely. I still do some freelance, but for like 2-ish years. It could help you. My book is not specifically for design, but I'm here, so I can give you some tips if you'd like. Just for the design process in Photoshop. So let's put her on hold for like half a mo. She's looking good. I'm going to add maybe just a little... I'm going to get just a little bit more gradient and some color in there. Okay, let me just save this, and we can talk quick about putting a different song on. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need something to get your jam. It's just not anything you're listening to. Okay. Okay. So first things first, we're just going to talk about like fluke shapes and fluke design. When you are, we can actually just pull up my template if you guys are curious. Let me just give me 1 second. It just takes a second for me to find it. Okay, well, let's look at a tail I'm doing right now. Let's just say, where is it? Standing straight. Okay, it's gonna take a sec to load because that's a big file. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide a bunch of stuff because it's not done yet. Womp womp. Okay, so let's grab, this is the Luna right in here. Here's the original fin. So when you're doing, let me just turn down my music so I can actually hear myself think. So when you're doing, when you're creating your mermaid template in Photoshop, there's lots of things you do need to know about. My book will talk about a good portion of it, the design process specifically, not as much. I do give some tips and whatnot in the ebook, but for this, what you want to do is you, we're just going to talk about the design for starters. Photoshop now has a pretty slick new tool, depending on which version of Photoshop you're using. If you're not using this version of Photoshop, I do recommend checking it out because it does make quite a difference. It's quite nice, you guys. So I do talk about all of the measurements and how to do all of that in my ebook, so that's important. But in terms of the design, when you're looking at it, the Luna, for example, is quite flexible in this area, so you can actually have a more streamlined line. Most people's ankle measurements will be a little bit narrower, and you don't have to worry about that because there is some flex. These are all things that you'll learn the more that you actually use different monofins to create your tails. Like, for example, the Mahina is just so ridiculous how far it comes in. It's like crazy how far and wide it comes in because the ankles are super, super close together. So when you're doing your design, though, using the symmetry tool is actually up at the top corner. You guys are not going to see it, so I'm just going to point with my mouse here. So it's up at the top corner. It looks like a little butterfly. When you click on that, I'm just going to keep looking over to make sure you guys can see that. There's going to be different options. You're going to look for vertical symmetry. You can actually move that around. I have mine exactly set up where I want it, so I don't really want to move it. But that is something that you can do. There's all different kinds of weird ones. I find the vertical one is the one that I use the most because a mermaid tail is very often symmetrical on both sides, except when it comes to your pattern. So if you're doing like a koi pattern, you're doing something that's not symmetrical, you just pop right back up there and turn it off. And you can use like last symmetry used and it saves it, sort of saves it sometimes, but there you go. So yeah, then when it comes to the design, the Luna actually has like cool little scales that come down kind of, ooh, you just like totally can't see that for crap, can you? Okay, well, we'll just, yeah, I'm just going to draw it in and then I'll show you because it's super dark. So the Luna has scales that comes down to about here. And what that means for my design is I typically like to have my scales actually stop in that kind of area. You also want to look at like the, pause, I can't hear music and talk at the same time, that's not working. Also think about the flow of the monofin. The Luna actually has its lines kind of go like that anyways, so it really helps if whatever pattern you put on your fluke actually kind of follows along with that flow. If you're making, if you're going like straight down, that's not very organic. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you've got a pattern or something over top of your designed lines, that's a little bit different. But that's something to think about. Now, in terms of the fluke shape, if you are following along with my book, you'll know that I don't ever really go outside of the shape. So I will stick very closely in this area. And what I'll do is I draw it in first. Always draw what you're doing first. The pen tool is garbage if you haven't drawn anything down. I used to clean up bosses, like if you think, so I can show you really super fast. A design that I did while working at a previous job. Just give me 1 second. Copy image. Oh, it's so teeny. It's so teeny. Oh no. Okay, hang on, just 2 shakes, guys. So this is actually done entirely with the pen tool. So when we're all like, oh, the pen tool is garbage, the pen tool is not garbage. The pen tool, when used as the tool that it is very helpful. So this is the pen tool, and it is like a nice soft brush as well as a harder brush and different colors and different other like hue sat layers. It's a lot. This guy's a lot of layers, and he all comes apart and he moves and stuff. It's very cool in the game. So all of this was done, except for like the logos and stuff, but all of this was done with shapes except for this guy. This was my concept art. So I created the concept first. Once I was happy with it, then I used that pen tool to create the final thing. And mermaiding, like mermaid designs are just the same, right? So, you know, come up with a design that you like first. Come up with whatever it is that, you know, you're like, oh yeah, like this is going to be cool. Let's just, you know, whatever. We're going to like, we're just something. Ooh, this is actually not that bad at this point. And you're like, yes. And then, you know, maybe we're going to have like the thing come up the side a little bit. And then, you know, maybe like some shading. Let's pretend that it's amazing. Okay. Guys, like, don't even understand how it's just ridiculous. But yes, and then like a little bit of that. A little bit of some of this, like following the lines of the thing, right? Like you just, there you go, and then maybe you get some spots. Spots, everybody loves spots. And then, you know, and then you make your scale shape, and then you kind of go about your business. And then once you've cleaned it up and you're like happy with it, you're like, oh, this is a really good thing. Then you get in there with the pen tool and you can make your pattern. Now I do everything inverted, so when I'm painting, I'm actually painting on the full thing behind, so that way if I need to change the size or if anything's happening, I can tweak it real easy and not screw myself over later. So it's basically like a cutout. So what I'll do is I'll float back on over to my guide, and I don't know how well you can see. You see these blue lines that have shown up? That's the pen tool shape. There's a whole, like, the pen tool is a very interesting monster. There's a lot of ground to cover there, more than I would even be able to do in a full, like, hour's worth of a video. If you guys actually had, you know, any interest at all in something like that, I'm actually a real nut for making tutorials, so let me know. I'm gonna break my computer here at some point. So then you just go in and you do the thing. Now you'll note that symmetry doesn't work with the pen tool. So everything that you do on one side, you'll have to do on the other side. However, the beautiful part about that is it's very easy to do. And then just making sure that you line things up exactly. I'm pretty good at seeing pixels from a distance. This is 1 pixel off and I can tell and it bothers me. Now it's perfect. But, and there you go. There's your... Excuse me, there's your shape. Just like that. So the pen tool has its place. Is it, actually don't mind this for this tail. This is going to be a very like predatory fish kind of a tail. I'm very excited for this one. I can give you guys like the sneakiest of sneak peeks. But I'm working on some different patterns for the body and whatnot. So all very up in the air as of right now. I have no idea where I'm going to go with this. I was just trying a couple of different things. You know, it's very cool. What app am I using? This is Photoshop. Crash course in tail stuff. Yes, well, if you guys are interested in that, where can I learn how to shade? So shading in Photoshop is a lot of fun. There's a lot of different things I can show you on, well, I'm not actually going to do that kind of shading on her, but shading in Photoshop is all about patience and the brush that you're using. So we'll just close that. So like, there's a couple of different ways to approach it. If you were doing just a mermaid tail, or if you're doing an actual character, it's really going to depend. Like the way that I'm choosing to shade this one, because this is one of the simple shadings, so I offer 2 different tiers when it comes to the the character art that I do. So you can have either full render like this style, or more simple shading. This one's still going to get some more cell shading on here and a little bit of a gradient, some sparkle, of course, because have you met me with the sparkle? It's everywhere. But yeah, so shading is all about the brushes. I have a couple of different brushes that I use. Honestly, the vast majority of what I do, I actually use a very round, soft airbrush. It's a very round, soft brush that does have like a fade on it. Making your own brushes, like I have a brush pack that I got from goodness knows where 1,005 years ago that I made my own brushes for, and I've got a bunch of special brushes that I use, but really like the vast majority of stuff that I use, I just use a soft brush. Like for most of my tails, you know, using the pen tool for the pattern on a tail doesn't ever really look right. So I much prefer to have that like organic painted vibe going on. So why does this look so amazing? Oh, ha 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 ha. Hello, fishes. What app am I using? This isn't an app. This is, well, I mean, I guess it's an application. It's Photoshop. Photoshop CC. Is that a thing? Well, I don't know what that is. I think so. It's the latest version. It's a subscription, so you pay every month. I think it's like $30 US or something every month. Back in the day, we used to have to buy them outright, and these programs used to be like $1,500. And the one that I was using for the longest time actually came with my school tuition, so I was very grateful for that, because there's no way I would have been affording this otherwise, because, yo, it's expensive. So there's also a lot of like little cheats and things in Photoshop that are super fun. Like, for example, what I'm doing right now, you can see I'm changing the line color. Am I lagging? Oh god. No. I hope I'm not lagging again. Do you have no idea how long I spent this morning trying to fix it so it wouldn't lag? I'm sorry if it is. I hope it's not, but here we are, living our best mermaid lives. I'm just trying to do the best I can. Right? Yay, Kirby Mermaid! Does anyone else think custom cursor websites need mermaid-themed cursors? Yes! Like the little like mermaids on your cursor? Yes. Who remembers, like, back in the day that was a thing. You could have your own little cursors. So cute. Yeah, so it all just takes time. Like, I've been working in Photoshop. The very first paint program I ever used was actually called Paint Shop Pro. Yeah, Paint Shop Pro. Those were the days. I was in like grade 7 or 8 or something. I don't even know what era is my life. Cha-ching. So yeah. And then Photoshop came along, and I got into that, which was good. But yeah, I'm all about like clipping masks and just making life easy. I like things to not be complicated. You wouldn't know it. This is layer 71 already, so that's, you know, I use a lot of layers. But there isn't really like an easy cheat for just doing it a certain way or making your artwork look like mine, like right off the bat. Because like I look at my stuff and I know how long it took me to get to the point that I'm at, and I'm still not, you know, finished my art journey, as it were. I don't think any of us ever really do. YouTube didn't notify me there was a stream. Oh no, YouTube! Oh, for shame on you, YouTube. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling. I have no idea, like, how long or when I'm going to stream today or how it's going to go down, but we're just kind of doing it because, you know what? Everybody's trapped at home, and we all just need some love and just, like, a little hang sesh, and I just feel like it's important. Plus, I have work to do, and this kind of keeps me on track. Not that I don't do work when you guys aren't looking, but it's just, I don't know, has anybody else, like, I'm sure you guys can all relate, it's just felt like being in limbo. You know, I've just felt so, like, off track the last couple of days with everything going on in the world, so we're just doing it. We're just doing the thing. Do you have any tips about the visual design process? I'm trying to design my own tail right now for the Fin Fun doohickey, and I have no idea how. When it comes to, like, the designing, oh, hello! I just especially had a stressful day in school. This is exactly what I need to chill out. Yes. Can you make a series on for designing tails? I probably could. I was actually thinking of doing like a proper ebook with all the information, maybe some templates and stuff. But when it comes to the design of a mermaid tail, I sometimes feel like I don't know. There's a couple of different categories I feel like we all fall into. I really like things nice and simple. I don't really like things overly complicated. Less is sometimes more, and it kind of depends what you're going for. When it comes to getting inspiration, I've actually got a whole podcast that'll be coming out in a couple of weeks, talking about where you can get the inspiration to make your mermaid tail. But like, don't worry so much about it, and do lots of versions. Do lots of versions. Like, if you've got Photoshop, just chill in Photoshop and take your time. It's going to be your mermaid tail for a while, you know what I mean? Especially if you're having like a silicone one made, or even, you know, a custom fabric one made or whatever. Like, it's going to be the tail that you wear for you know, a hot minute. So you want it to be happy with it. So, you know, make sure you're happy with it. Like, don't be afraid to take the time to do what you need to do to make yourself, like, to make it the best mermaid tail that you can. I've lost her again. Where did her hair go? Where did your hair go, my dear? There we go. But yeah, as far as that goes, like, I will do several versions of a mermaid tail before I'm happy with it. So, you know, the client and I will go back and forth until we get to where we want to be with it. Sometimes I'll get it right away, and other times I won't, and it's a process. It isn't just going to happen immediately, right? You know, sometimes people are thinking something totally different than what you had envisioned. So, but if you're doing it for yourself, obviously, it's like you are the client. But yeah, I think my best like bit of advice is just kind of respect the process, and don't get mad at yourself or frustrated if you feel like it's just not coming together, because it will come together. It'll just take a second. That's all. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, kind of a theory, I guess. So, mermaid tails will take some time to do. Boy, its fan is loud. I'm really sorry if that's super loud. I have no idea if my mic is doing a decent enough job. I'll watch the replay later and I'll check. We shall see. In the UK, they're refusing to close the schools still. I would just be like, you know what? I'm not going in. And you can all just deal. Because that's dumb. Like, not that it, like, zero offense meant, of course. I say it with love because I just don't want to see you guys get sick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, maybe some of us are overreacting, but wouldn't you rather overreact and have it just be a little blip in human history and say, okay, you know what, like, this happened and it could have been a lot worse than it was, and I'm not trying to, like, negate the deaths and things that have already happened because it is tragic, it's very sad, and I'm really heartbroken and worried and all of the things, but I don't know, I just, it also just kind of makes you really question humanity sometimes, and some of the stupid shit that people do, pardon my language, some of the stupid things that people do, like hoarding toilet paper. Why are we hoarding toilet paper? Ah, it's amazing, the world that we live in. Do I sell animal artwork publicly? I don't have any pieces that are just like out there and chilling anywhere. If you ever, like, I love designing and drawing. I do a lot of animal art for myself. If you wanted to commission me for something, we can talk. You can send me an email at vancouvermermaid or vancouvermermaid@gmail.com. I don't have like a listing up for that because I didn't actually think that, I mean, you know, I do a lot of, I do monsters. I love to design monsters and creatures and all kinds of good stuff. So I've been doing the mermaid thing just because I've been trying to keep it sort of mermaid themed, because none of us are allowed to swim right now. All the pools are actually like full on shut down now. It's not even like there's restrictions. It's just they're closed now. So none of us are getting out and doing anything. And I kind of just want to keep my life a little bit mermaid themed for now. Artificial. Say, let's have the courage to overreact. Yeah. I kind of feel, I hope I didn't kick Eric out of the office. Mom? Is he still in the house? Hello? Did it bad, maybe? I just don't know. Okay. So yes, we're what we're talking about. I'm a bit worried because I'm starting to feel sick on Saturday. Chin up, my fishy. I'm sending all of the healing vibes. Take good care of yourself as best as you can, and stay home if you're feeling sick. Oh, this is getting messy. Oh god. There we go. Okay. Alright. Score. I sent you a text.
Sorry, hon.
Thought I chased you out of the... Thought I chased you out of the office.
I was just refilling my coffee and just weighing myself.
Oh. Okay. You're like, hello? Right on. Oh, good. As long as I didn't totally chase you out of the office. That's the appropriate thing. I think I just swallowed a hair. That's not what you want, guys. You know, toilet paper is selling on eBay for thousands of dollars. Oh god. I'm really trying hard not to think about it. People are so stupid. Oh gosh, what are we gonna do?
I'm surprised eBay isn't curbing that shit. Sorry, are you still streaming?
Yes, I'm still streaming. Love of my life. It's okay, I said shit earlier, so I'm not leaving these up, and I'm not doing this for the whole monetization side of things. I just kind of want to hang out with you guys, and we all know that I drop the occasional bomb here and there. I try not to. It just sometimes just comes out of my face hole. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I'm probably gonna stream till I finish this one.
Sounds good.
And then I'm gonna take a break. And then I gotta turn them into, I gotta add the white borders, because she's also getting them for stickers, so. And then once I'm caught up, I'll let you guys know. And then if anybody else is interested in grabbing themselves a little bit of my art. So she's saying, I'm a Porsche with no brakes, is what she's saying in that song. Unstoppable, see it?
Oh, really?
Is that what she's saying? Because that's what it sounds like she's saying. And I just feel like, oh, okay.
That's kind of cool.
No brakes.
That's the case.
It's kind of cool. Marie drawing is amazing. You have so much talent. Oh, thank you. How are you guys liking this so far? I know it's a little bit weird me not being like showing you guys my exact screen that I'm working on. Is this like, I haven't got a better way to do it right now. I feel like this is working okay. So hopefully you guys are like cool with it. And I mean, if it gains popularity, you know, maybe I'll start saving up and do something a little bit better for my setup. And then maybe you won't have to listen to the fan of my poor little Mac just crying itself to sleep. Stupid humans, yes. Us mermaids don't need toilet paper! Oh, please and thank you! Best comment ever left. Ever. Woo! I think I might take a slot. I just had an idea for my nieces. Could you message me on Discord when you have a few? I will, for sure. Thank you, for sure. Okay, here we go. We are making all the progress. Okay, so the only thing I didn't do is the color for necklace. The important question is, how is Alfie? Zelda's watching the stream! Alfie, do you want to say hi to Zelda? Let's see. Alfie, come here. Do you want to say hi to Zelda? Do you want to say hi? He's like, I don't understand when you guys do this, but okay, I want to say hi to Zelda. I want to say, oh, where's my Zelda? Where is she? Is she there? Hi, guys. Hey, Zelda. How you doing? Mom won't say the CHICKEN word. Every time I say it, like I used to say it on stream and Zelda would be like, no, it's not treat time. I'm sorry, it's not treat time. It's not treat time. Oh, it's not treat time. He's like, guys, what is she even doing? Love that guy. Okay, Alfie. Oh, looks like my thing is going again. It's warm. Everyone says hi to the Alfie. That's the Alfie guy. He's like, Ma, I was sleeping and you woke me up again. Ma, you're so rude. You have no boundaries, Ma. Ugh, my nose. Why? 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 Not sick. This is allergies. This is literally just my life. March through April, and sometimes into May, I just can't breathe. So, it's wonderful. No. Good. I hope she likes this one too. I think she will. Boom, fishes. Oh, except for I missed those two spots, because, hey, but literally my dog ate a part of my homework. Oh no! Oh, just sent you a message on Insta. Oh, I gotta see it. Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god, Eric, seriously. Zelda's watching. That's so cute. Guys, if you're not watching, is it Zelda the Pug, right? Is your Instagram? You guys are missing out. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I wasn't following you on my mermaid account. I think Alfie's account is for sure following you, but here you go. Come on! Why is this pug so cute? Just a little baby. Oh my god. Like, seriously. Like, I die. Just a little bit. God. So cute. Okay, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm focused. Oh, man. Only 12 likes. 70... Yeah, liking. Oh, no, it's okay, guys. I'm not going to be leaving these up anyways. These are just kind of like our little hangout session. Zero pressure. But if you do want to subscribe, though, because that way when I come and do this again later, because I'll probably do this a couple of more times over the next little while. I don't have a color for this. What am I going to do? Let's pick that for a color. That way you'll know when I'm back and live again. So that's the only kind of spiel that I'll give. But thank you so much for thinking of that, though. I appreciate the likes. What it does is it lets YouTube know that what you're seeing is what you want to be seeing. And then YouTube will like send you more of my stuff. That's how that goes down. So I use clipping masks to do all the line color. This is like a fun thing that Disney does, or used to do with their like their traditional animation. The lines would always be like a matchy color. I'm a real sucker for that. I really love it. Ooh, so good. Okay, cool. Do you still have a Slug and Kraken promo code? I do not. I've never actually had a promo code with her, but I just love her stuff so much. I just love her stuff so much, so I just share it all over the place as much as I can. I don't make anything off of it. I love her and I want to support her business as much as I can. God, if I could, I would just buy all the things. If I could, I'd buy bulk, and then, like, because she does, like, bulk orders so that people can sell them as well, so I would do that and just have her stuff in my shop and just be like, I love you. All the things. She knows how nuts I am for her stuff, though, so. Okay, sweet. I think the only other thing I want to do before I get into the cell shading is deal with my nose, because my nose is such a jerk. Ugh. Okay, so we need to add, I want to add a little bit of like the gradient and then cell shade. And then also, I'm going to do the eyes first, because you know what? We got it, you guys. We got to do it. And I remember to follow you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Insta's the good place. I've been hanging out on there a lot. The YouTube like live streams and stuff, I find that periodically, not all the time, but periodically, if I do a live and the next video I post doesn't usually do very well. So I was like, as an experiment, I just kind of stopped doing the live streams. Plus I just didn't have the capacity. Like I've just been kind of busy. I've just been busy trying to get the rest of my life sorted. And so it just haven't had the Tail Talk Tuesday bug has not bitten me recently. So, what are you gonna do? Boom. I'm gonna change my mind. Should I change my cursor video? One day I will buy hundreds of Slug and Kraken stickers. Yes! Yeah, she's coming out with a couple of really cool things over the next little while with like her original artwork and stuff. And I am like, oh my god, like acrylic charms and stuff. Like the freak out that I had over Messenger with her was pretty real. I am so stoked. Like, this needs to happen right now. All the things immediately, please. So, okay. I think I need some pink. That's the plant. We'll need some plant. Do we need some plant, Art? Art has his headphones on.
What's that?
Do we need some plant? Pink. We need some pink.
Plant.
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 Sorry.
Plant.
Plant. Courtney. Oh God, what is it doing, precious? Ah! It's fine. It's all fine here. How are you? Okay. Hello? Do you want to explain to me why it's being a little douchebag? There we go. Will I make more swim top designs? I am hoping to make more swim top designs. I have been a little bit not on my game when it comes to adding more designs and things to my shop. I have reasons. I just haven't had the inspiration for one, and the time for another, and the money for another, because it takes, in order to do it, I have to get like the photos and stuff I need for my shop, I also have to dish out to make that happen, so it's not like it's not possible, but I was hoping to do some of that this year, and now the world's kind of imploding, so we shall wait and see how that works out for me. And then if you want to be really classy, what you do is change the color of the line through the gradient, and it's just really good. You gotta make it dark enough so that it actually shows up. Because I'm a sneaky little stinker. Look at me go. From Stitch to Smeagol in a matter of seconds, yes. Being cooped up can drive you crazy once in a while. I think I'm losing it myself. Yes, you guys. That's why I was like, you know what? We're just gonna do like a bunch of live streams. We're just gonna hang out. You know? We're just gonna do the thing, because I kind of feel like we all need just a nice, juicy little distraction for the next little while. You know? Like, life is a bit hard right now, but that doesn't mean we can't stick together and get through it. You know? Make the best of a rather garbage situation. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna add some pink on this side, because if she is here, so that pink is here, and then the green is on the bum. Okay. I got this. Watch me go. Hello, what is going on? There it is. Okay. Sweet. Now, I'm going to add just the shadow here, and then cell shading everywhere else. Or actually, I'll do the scales first. I'm going to do her scale pattern first. Is that what I'm going to do? That's what I'm going to do. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Contemplating all of my life's choices. Here we go. Okay. Going outside for a walk is safe, just avoid other people. Yeah, getting some sun can do wonders for the spirit. Totally. Chips and salsa! Oh my gosh! I'm hungry too now, you guys. Oh no, what time is it? It's almost lunchtime. Almost chow time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to pull up the one for reference because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, you know who I should actually reference it? Oh no, I'll reference this one instead. Because I want to make them a little matchy-matchy. Challenging myself to draw one tail a day now. But I can't work. Yes! That's awesome. 19, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Holy cow, is that really what time it is by you? Wow, we're definitely on the other side of the world. Hello, I'm late to the party. It's all good. We're just chilling. We're just doing. Cancer bugging me. Okay, so I take like no credit for this technique. This is actually something I learned from the same artist who actually taught me how to do gold, how to render gold. So if you guys saw that you were here for the earlier part of the stream where I showed you some of that work I did, yeah, she's the one that taught me how to do this. And all of the love for her from now until eternity, okay? Like, she's a very magical human being. Truly. Yeah. I think I had to go off the side. Because I'm going to add... Sorry, that glare is pretty real. Can you believe that? Look at that. Like, see my face on the screen. Yikes. Wow, so smart. You can't breathe through your nose, so you have to keep your mouth open. It's like I'm catching flies over here. Chips and French onion dip. Oh, so good. Progress? Progress. Oh, great, just a cutie. Glazed donuts? Oh my god, I'm hungry now. Guys, I'm not done yet. Stop with the food talk. Why? It's killing me. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna go for a walk with my brother. Have a nice walkies. By junk food is I'm hoping to prove a good thing for my health. Oh yes, that's how I feel too. I'm like, oh man, I really need all the things. This is either the Purple Lotus on purple. I think I said purple. I said Purple Lotus. Either the Purple Lotus on Instagram, who actually happens to have one of my tails. This is actually one of the tails that I made. This is Glow. I love my baby. Loves my babies. Let's actually use the soft brush again, I think is going to be better. Oh, my ribs hurt. Okay. The lavender color. It's good. It's so good. Okay. So now, as far as the shading goes, my method is not entirely orthodox. So don't really ask me what I'm doing. We just do. Okay? We just do. And yes, she did just get darker. There's reasons. I gotta figure out what sort of style I want to do this in, but my stomach just made a rather ungodly sound. inspirations of during this time of isolation, thinking how we all turn to artists. Yeah, it's true. I saw that. Who shared that? Was it actually you who shared that on Facebook? I can't remember. Somebody shared that, and I saw it, and I was like, there's some truth here. We're all stuck at home, and the artists have no value. You know? When you're like, yeah, I was gonna cell shade it, and then that just goes out the window, and then you're like, yeah, we're just giving her. That sound is the sound of me fixing the size of my brush. Sorry. Don't get sick. I heard you cough. No, it's allergies. So it sounds like I'm sick. I'm not sick. I just, unfortunately, this whole region just gets nice and plugged up. No, trust me, if I was sick, I wouldn't be sitting here doing work. It's kind of funny because I usually sit like this. Because I've got the camera, it's actually forcing me to sit up a little bit straighter. Maybe I should live stream all of my work. Oh, cell shading is just like it's a term when the shading is more. It's not like a full on gradient. It's more like very like anime like. I'm not explaining this very well. How would you explain cell shading? It's just like a sharper line.
Yeah, there's no gradient. I'd say.
Yeah, there's no gradient. I don't have anything in here that's cell shaded. I'm so sorry. No, actually, hang on. Maybe I've got something in my portfolio. Oddly enough, I actually happen to have up. No, I don't. Really? I don't have anything? Okay, well, that's useful. Oops, I just minimized the window. Now I don't have the chat open anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of more of like a simple shading style. It's the kind of shading that you would see in like TV animation, where there isn't the ability to like animate and render complex shadows. I mean, I guess it's more like that now, but like if you ever watched cartoons in like the 90s or something, maybe is that more clear. Alright. Boom, fishes. Oops. What's going on? There we go. Set. This is like super dark though. Boom. I think that is where we're gonna probably stop. Because my stomach is making some really good sounds. I'm hungry. I could probably do just a little. I want to keep going, but I can't. Okay, that's okay. Let's just add a little bit of glitter. Let's just a little bit of glitter. Just a little bit. But we'll keep it in the same style as the other stuff. Okay. Does anyone else have a mishmash of song lyrics in your head? Like it's something. Yeah. How do I turn my drawing? So the hotkey is R for rotation, and then I just grab anywhere on my canvas, and then it just rotates it around. And to reset it, you hit R again if you're in a different tool. That's the hotkey is R. And then reset view will reset it. You can actually make the reset view. I believe you can also make that a hotkey, but I don't because it's right there. I don't have to. There's something really wonky going on with that shadow. I need to fix that shadow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'll fix it in a second. Okay, fix the shadow, fix the shadow, fix the shadow. It looks bad. It looks bad. Oh my god. Okay, let's get just a little, like it's just like a dot. I swear, I'm gonna stop. Maybe just like a dot of shading in the crown too. Just like a little bit. Oh, it's part of her hair. No wonder. I was like, why did that get so dark? I made it part of the hair. Okay. I dig. I happy. Hello? What is going on here? I want my brush, please. Do you want my brush, please? Okay, we're done. We're done. So, cool. Of course, I have to take a break with art for video editing. Yep. All of a sudden, it's several hours later, and I'm like, oh dear. How long have I been at this? I don't even know. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, live for an hour and a half. Okay. Well, cool. That's, I think, a good enough spot to call it a day. Make sure I save everything. Oh, I was off. I was off. That's too bad. I think it turned out good. I think it turned out good. Okay, so that's that one. The next one I have. Who's next? Who's next? Pardon me. I think the Mermaid Seamstress is next. Yep. So that's the pose for that one. And stay tuned, because I'll probably be back. Speaking good English today. I'll probably be back a little later. And I still have to add the border and stuff to these ones, but I will do that off camera, because it's super entertaining to just watch me draw all the way around. It's boring, so. Lunchtime, yeah, definitely lunchtime. Have you ever done a self-portrait? Yes, I have. I've done a couple. They are kicking around the internet somewhere. I have no idea where. Oops, I didn't want to save that. What is it? I think I want to save that. Great. Alright, officials. But yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell, and then I'll be back maybe later today, probably later today, and then like throughout the coming weeks, just as all of this continues to unfold. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to have me do a design for you, you can visit shopvancouvermermaid.com. More slots will open as I finish off the ones that are currently on my list. I've got 2 more people to do. And then I think I still have some tail design slots open. So you can check that out. Just designs, okay? I need to always preface that. Just designs, not the full tail. Just the designs. So all that being said, thank you so much for hanging out. And I will catch up with you guys a little later. Bye, fishes!